Right, here we go. I've coated the discs. It's come out quite well. It's got a shiny surface. Actually, as I say, it's a silicone rubber, so I'm going to let it harden for an hour, and then I'm going to give it another coat, and hopefully it should stick pretty well because there won't be any wax or anything on it. I'm going to give it another coat, and it will be nice and shiny. Then I should have a really nice, easy mold release. And yeah, it's coming out. It's got nice shine on it, so it's definitely filled in all the crevices. But I want to get it a bit shinier than that, a bit more even, if I can. So I don't have that horrible patterning effect. So anyway, I'm just going to leave that to harden now, and we'll see where we are in about an hour or so, and I'll probably give it another coat. After the second coat, and it's looking shiny. And I don't think I'm going to have a problem releasing my mould now. It's not exactly perfectly smooth, but what do you expect with silicone rubber? I mean, I had to paint it on with a brush, so yeah. Anyway, it's a lot better. It's not got the bumpy lines in it. Probably got a little bit too much in that hole there, but no worries. So when this dries, I'm going to have a much easier release for my magnetite and resin. It doesn't matter about the sides, just the bottom of the mould and the top of this. Because that rim around the edge comes into contact with the bottom of here. So yeah, so that's going to work, I think. I'm going to leave that all night though. It's still very tacky. It's going to take at least well, I think they said 24 hours for it to properly harden or something. So tomorrow I will have another attempt at making my magnetic ring, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, hopefully this silicone, I don't know if it shrinks or not. Probably doesn't. I do seem to have got a little bit more on that one there, which I'm not too happy about, but I don't think I can do much about it now because I think it's I can get my plastic thingy. See. Yeah, it's definitely going off. It's can't do much about that now. But it is rubber, so I suppose I could maybe, well, I need a razor blade to trim it, but yeah, something very sharp. But anyway, no worries. It's good. It's all good. Right. That's it for now. Well, probably finish this video tomorrow. Right, I measured 70 milliliters of resin into my little fringe thing. It's upside down actually. Turn it over. Should be better. Right, so anyway, just getting ready now. I've mixed up my magnetite graphite mixture in this container, and I'm going to add that to the resin. I actually measured out 40 milliliters of graphite, and let's see how I wrote it down here. I measured out 40 milliliters of graphite, and because that's got diamagnetic properties, and I'm hoping that will give me the necessary repulsion in areas of the magnetic disc that I want. But obviously, if the speed, if there's a rotor in play, and I actually wrote down 60 milliliters of magnetite, but I probably won't use 60 milliliters because I'll explain why initially, when I had my mould made, oh god, hang on a minute. Initially, when I had my mould made, I was using the full width of the all the way around. But now that I've had the modified, let's get it out of here. Now I've got my modified mould disc. It's got a lip all the way around. That's going to contain the magnetite. So there's going to be a wall on the inside and outside, and that's going to limit the amount of magnetite that can go in there anyway. So I'm going to expect some squeezing through the holes, which will hopefully get rid of the air as well. So and obviously I've put the silicon in, and the silicon is designed to prevent the magnetite from sticking into the mould itself. So the silicon's going to take up a bit of space, possibly, because I've actually lost a little bit of depth due to the thickness of silicon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix, I'm just going to mix it in and then just put enough in there that I feel that there's going to be enough. I'm just going to judge it by eye. But I'm going to make sure that I'm just going to mix the magnetite in with the resin until I get the consistency right, basically. Because last time it was a bit too thick. So, anyway, I'm going to pause for a bit. Right, well, I'll put it in my mould. Sorry, I forgot to film that bit. Well, anyway, I had to hurry though, because it started to gel a bit. And I thought, oh, I better hurry up. So I've stuck it on, and I pressed this actually is a nice tight fit, so when I pushed it on here, it actually puts pressure down, and I've got it biased with a load of magnets underneath to polarize the magnetite. Put extra magnets on there just to polarize it, much more than I would normally have on these wheels actually. But we'll just have to leave that now and let it harden. I'm waiting for it to set still, and I've got an interesting field actually, because it's sitting on all these magnets, as I told you, underneath, and my magnetite ring is setting. It isn't set yet, but I've got some magnets on top to check the field coming through, and every single magnet is tilting at a weird angle, which is really curious because, yeah, I put 6 little rectangular magnets on the top there, and every single one of them has taken up the same kind of angle position, all pointing sort of outwards. And yeah, well, I haven't actually seen that before, but yeah, I still think it's kind of interesting. Let's just rotate and have a look. I tried to align them pointing outwards, but they didn't want to go that way. But anyway, I'm going to leave them like that because while it's setting, because it should help to polarize the material while it hardens. And it's obviously I'm going to leave it in there probably till tomorrow anyway. Give it plenty of time to harden. Yeah. Oh, I thought, bugger it, I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'll check the mixing sticks and everything, and well, it's all hardened on. At the bottom, there's a bit of resin on the base. I've spilled and it's hard, so it'll be hard inside as well. It's actually a little bit soft, but yeah, it should just drop out of the mould now. Let's try and do this with one hand. Oh dear, this is a challenge. Right, see if I can pull this. Oh, I'll pop my phone up on the mouse. Right, see if I can get this. Right, hang on. Put the mouse on the other side. Right, okay, you can see. Well, let's try and get this open. Right. So far, so good. Oh, look, we got squeegee squeegee bits coming out, look. That's good. That means that that means my material, there was plenty of material in there, so, and it's hard. So let's pull it out. Yeah, it's coming out easy. Now, you are witnessing the first time my new mould. Yeah, you see, it's coming out easy. I'm using what do you call it, a nail file. That's how easy it's coming out. I just need to get a hold. There we go. Almost. Just getting hold of it, that's the trick. There we go. It's come out. Oops, dropped back in again. Let's see what it, oh God, the suspense. Fell back in the hole. Right, I'm going to drop it this time. Ooh, that's neat. Oh shit. Yeah, the magnetic field with the magnets was so powerful that it actually caused some displacement. So we have got some gaps. I think what happened there was when I put the magnets on, it pulled the material away from some areas. Let's have a look. Oh, we've definitely got magnetic. We've definitely got. I think smooth. That's one thing. Yeah, we've got some displacement there. I tell you what, I'm not panicking because I've not removed it from the mould yet. It's still in this part of the mould. So I'm not going to just destroy this one. I'm going to mix some more. I've got a bit left. I'm going to mix some more up because I know how to position it. And I'll put it back. I'm going to mix some more up and fill the cracks in because there's just, it's not, they're not air pockets, air bubbles. These are not air bubbles. Let's get the camera on. These, what's happened here is the magnetism. When I put the magnets on, it has basically pulled some of the material across. You can see it's even. You see, look, it's, look at it. Look at the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually stretched the material towards the magnets. You can see the way the tearing effect. I could have put some more material in actually, but and those particular tears are actually in between. If you look right where the holes are, that's where the magnets were. Each one of those pressure points where the to squeeze through is where the magnets were underneath, and you see what I mean. It's been pulled, but that's fine. That's fine because those particular areas are voids anyway. So anyway, I'm going to touch that up, and I'm going to stick it back in the mould and let it complete because it looks like material is on the other side. It's just left some little voids. Those are easy enough to fill up. Yeah. My magnetic ring has come out quite well actually. The other side's a bit rough because I had to patch it up, but that's all right. Considering it's a lot better than it was before. And at the moment, I am just cleaning up the parts where the air bubbles, well, the air would have escaped. But I actually like these knobs, these little knobbles on there because it gives me, it helps me to know where the magnetic field is polarized. You know where the magnets were, so I'm just filing them down a bit, just to. It's not difficult. It's fairly soft still. I thought, well, if I file them down now, it'll be easier than leaving them till later. Plus, I'm going to check the compass in a minute and see what kind of effect we've got on there. It's probably not going to be perfectly. It's still sticky on the other side. It keeps getting stuck to my. Right. Yeah, feel better. I can tell I've got the rough edges off. Just taking the rough edges off, that's all. Right. I'm just going to pause because I've got a bit of a mess I want to clean up. Right. I'll put some wax polish on my magnetic ring well, it was annoying, it's sticky. And now it's actually, oh, that was strange. The compass just moved and I didn't do anything. Now that was very interesting. Huh. Right. I'll turn my magnetic ring slowly. There was a sudden flip. Oh, actually, just a minute. I need to put something in the middle. What will hold this? My bottle will. But I know I can't see the damn compass. I know what I'll do. Hang on. Right. I think this will work. Put the compass down here. Let's see. No, that bottle's too big. Just a minute. Okay, it was the phone. The phone was affecting my compass. Okay, I figured that out now. Right. I stuck this on a teacher thingy-majig, so I can rotate it. Now I have to keep the phone still though now because the phone's affecting it. Right, I've turned it slowly. Hang on, must be flat-ish. Oh, it sticks though. Right, I'll just turn it slowly. And it flips about there. It's a slight angle because the base of this teacher thingy-majig, this globe thing, is a little bit wide. I had a bit of a job getting it on there. Right, so it sort of flips there. But it's keeping it the same distance all the time from the compass, which is what I wanted. It's probably not in the ideal situation because actually the needle's almost pointing north as it is. That's actually north, where it's pointing now. That is actually north, but, well, it's north-ish. Let's get this key out of the way. It's actually a brass compass, so... Right, let's get it about here. Don't make it a difference if I wobble it too much. And the phone is interfering with it a bit though. But anyway, I've definitely got my definitely got carried off that way. I've got to slide it out the other way. Well, I actually prefer doing it without that thing around there because it just makes it harder to get it in the screen. Because the video width is more than the height. But yeah. Oops. Knocking it there. So it is magnetized for sure. Let's just move the compass over it. If I can do it without getting my fingers in the way. Ah, yeah. We do have a kind of rotational effect when I move the compass around the ring. The compass actually spins. Don't get it straight. Oops. We do actually have the compass actually rotates in that direction. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's not sticky now because I put wax on it. So I mean, it's better than it was before. The results, it's still got some imperfections in it, but that's all right. As I say, I'm still perfecting this, and I actually, to be honest with you, I didn't put enough material in. That's what went wrong. I didn't quite get enough mixture in there, and I had to add more, and that's why it went a bit manky at the back. But yeah, I like the little bumpy bits. Yeah, those parts, those parts are going to focus more. Let's get close up. Those little parts will focus more magnetic field. That's where the magnets were, right below those. And you can see those little lines. That was caused by the intense magnetic field I put the ring under initially. So there are definitely field lines in this magnetite that focus the field in a specific way. And the objective really is to minimize the amount of drag while the what do you call it? Not drag. Braking effect. So, I mean, this ring could be used for both a rotary magnet array, or it could be used as a guide wave. To help focus the magnetism. That's what I'm looking at as well. So we'll see. Because the way it's circular, the way the magnetic field rotates as I move the compass around it, tells me that there's a rotational effect in the ring, and that's perfect for what I'm thinking of. So that will be useful. Because as you know, magnetism, it spirals, and this has that built into it already because I've polarized it in such a way. So that will help guide static magnetism or electromagnetism. If we wanted to focus it in a switch, for example, I could put magnets that would fire the magnetic field through the center of the coil. We could use this as a guiding ring as well. This is another useful thing I was thinking of, because you know, like your old TV sets, they have ferrite choke, usually in two pieces around the neck of the TV tube. Well, this is the same thing. You know, you can use this, and they can also use biasing magnets around the ring as well to help to redistribute. So instead of having a sharp, sudden point of magnetism from a magnet, for example, by directing it at the side of the ring, you would get a much more even field instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of a sharp, pointy field, you would get a much more even field. But where these polarizations are, there should be quite a bit more. Yeah, there is, I can feel a bit there. Not sure about the polarity of this philo, because some things are more magnetic than others. I'll turn it over. And definitely feel some differences. Yeah. Anyway, this video is going to get really, really long, so I think that's it for now.